white chicks in here. I wanted to show them to you. These little darker ones that you see running around in there are 10 of them. They are olive eggers. The little bigger ones that are a little bit bigger, they're week-olds. I got them a little bit bigger. They are Isa Browns. And then there are 12 Isa Browns, and then there are 10 golden comets, I believe is what we decided they were. Yeah, so we will keep them in here. They're in our sun porch right now. They have a little heat lamp set up with some water and some food. We keep them in here till they get bigger, and then we have a brooder that we will move them to in the barn before they get thrown into the coop with everybody else. So, yeah. I'll show you their little friends here. We have Rory and Ronan. These are 2 of my foster kittens. I just got them a week ago today, I believe. They are so dang cute, and they are a lot of fun. They are attention cravers, so they are crazy, crazy attention hogs. So they'll stand outside the door and scream if they don't feel like they're getting enough attention. But they are super cute, and we love them. All right, so today we're gonna do kind of a different video for you guys. We are going to show you how we do some different vaccines and stuff on our animals. So I wrote this in the blog that I have to go along with this video, but we are by no means veterinarians. We do not do any sort of animal care other than like our own animals or any fosters. We don't have any sort of degree. We don't know really anything other than what we learn online and what we learn by doing stuff like for the Humane Society and things like that. So my first experience, just to give you a little background with giving like vaccines, or we call them subcutaneous injections, or sub-Q for short, was with some kittens that I got last fall that needed round-the-clock fluids because they were super dang it, super dehydrated, and they couldn't even really stand when we first got them. So I had to give them fluids for basically like a week. And you do it with a needle and injections. It's like fluids that you get from your vet. And then we learned how to do injections for shots for puppies and kittens. So if you are going to be like us and you want to do your own vaccines for your animals and livestock and things, it's perfectly legal. Everything we got can be picked up at a Tractor Supply or a Baumgars or like a farm store near you. So we're not doing anything that we shouldn't be doing. You could go buy what we bought today. But if you're just gonna be learning, I highly suggest trying to do something smaller first, because when you do livestock and other animals, they're a lot harder to contain, and it's a lot more difficult to understand kind of what you're doing. And then we also had an experience last probably fall, summerish, with one of our pigs that got really sick. I didn't really know what was wrong with it. It didn't seem injured. It was just really sick. You can see some of them over there. Maybe it's probably a little too bright. But she just kind of stopped eating, which is super rare. They like eat food like you would not believe. And she wouldn't get out of her bed. Pigs are also very like herd-oriented animals. And when they get sick, the herd will leave the pig because the pig smells like infection, and it makes it a huge predatorial issue because it makes it easier for somebody to hunt it if it's sick. But we did some research online and found out we could give her, I believe, penicillin and yeah, vitamin B, I think, to try to help with whatever was going on. And so we picked some of that up. She's honestly not in good shape. We didn't know if she was really gonna make it, honestly, but we wanted to try what we could first. And so we gave her that, and it helped. It helped a lot. And then there's like a regimen of like 3 days, I think, of what you're supposed to give, and it depends on your animal size and everything like that, but she perked right back up after we gave her that. And so that was kind of our first experience with doing like a livestock type animal. And now we have our calf and our little sheep that I had just gotten, and Breve is the sheep. She's doing really good. We'll show you her here in a little bit. And then this calf here, I have it named. I'm trying not to get attached to him. But he's not doing bad. He has good poops, and he's hanging out here with us. He's not in poor condition by any means, but if you can see him, I know this sun is a little rough. There we go. He's pretty skinny. We give him hay and feed every day. So I was a little worried about maybe like worms, because we don't really know where he came from. Obviously, I bought him at an auction. So I was a little bit worried about like maybe what's going on. And so TJ did some research and picked up some vaccines here at the farm store that we would probably want to give him anyway. So we're going to start with that, see where we can get with that. And then if we need to, we'll maybe treat for like internal worms later. I also am a little bit worried about him because I think he has ringworm. If you can see around his eyes, and then there's a little patch around on his backside there a little bit. Ringworm is not a fun thing at all, but it is something that happens in animals, and I did a lot of research on it yesterday, and actually cattle and bovine are the highest impacted species of animals with ringworm. So it's not a surprise really that he got it. It didn't come from here because none of our other animals have it right now, which is a good thing, and we've fairly well kept him contained on his own, so he hasn't really been around everybody else too much, so that's a really good thing. We've been mucking stalls, so we just try to take some precautions by cleaning our tools and things like that, because unfortunately it is super contagious. People can get it, animals can get it, really anything, and you don't really want it. It's just not a fun thing to have. So we are going to treat him for that as well. We got some iodine, I believe. Supposed to try like 2% iodine. The farm store had 1%, so we're gonna give that a shot first and see where that gets us. It can also heal on its own, actually, but it just is a longer process, especially when they can be out in the sun more. It's super helpful for it to be healing on its own, but obviously it can take up to like 9 months, I believe, for it to heal by itself. So we want to try to nip it in the bud before we have some sort of crazy outbreak or something. So yeah, we are going to be doing that for him today. So TJ has a needle here. Your needles are gonna vary depending on what kind of animal you have. So like I said, when we do puppies and kittens, the needle gauge is very, very little. But when we do animals like livestock, can you take the cap off of that quick? So the needle gauge is a lot bigger. So this is actually pretty small.
The one I'm gonna use for the sheep.
Okay.
I've actually decided I'm gonna switch over to do the sheep first, so I'm not not hugging the cow with ringworm and then doing the sheep.
Yeah, definitely.
So this is a 22 gauge needle. I've got 2 milliliters or 2 cc's of a vaccine called Vision 7. Basically it treats for 7 different issues that are common in cattle and sheep. We're going to give an injection to this to the sheep and one to the cow, both today. It's kind of universal for cattle and sheep. So we'll go do that. Like I said, it's a 22 gauge needle. It's about a middle gauge needle. It's not super small, but it's not super large. Come here, Breve.
Breve's hanging out with the pigs. Breve's kind of a little shadow. She likes to follow you around. You need me to try to hold her?
Yeah. Should have probably brought a bottle down for her. She's still our little bottle baby. She likes to try to nurse still.
So we have little Breve here. So we are gonna go towards her upper neck to give her shot. One of the trickier things about giving shots, especially with animals who have like wool or fur like she does, is sometimes you have to break through it to get to the skin. But like I said, it's just a sub-Q injection, so we're not going after a vein or anything like that. It's pretty simple. Do you need me to give her my thumb?
If I can get her back between my legs here, get a clamp on her. Thick wool there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot of animals have thick wool and thick skin, so that's the trickiest part. Is keeping them still enough to let you get all the way through it. No, Breve.
Come here, Breve.
Right here. Get it?
Yep, got her.
There we go. See, she didn't even notice. You get a close up of her too. Awesome. Now we are back to do the little cow here. We chose to give him some feed to keep him calm. It's gonna make it a lot easier for us to get him his shot. So we're gonna give him 2.
Yep.
2 shots today. Let me get that pamphlet real quick. So just to prove even further that this is totally legal, we choose to use Tractor Supply a lot. They even have like an animal care center and like pamphlets that tell you exactly like what to give your animals, and when to give it to them, what to give it for, just different things like that. So makes it really easy so that we know what we're supposed to give and when we're supposed to give it. Yeah, so inside there's just more information, different stuff like that. We are gonna use gloves because, like I said, we have a situation with ringworm, and yeah, just gonna be extra cautious, but we should be good to go. Cal's gonna eat all the feed before we get his shot to him. So you said we do upper neck for calves too? Or neck flap?
So I'll just in a second here. And you can leave a pain in my butt.
Yeah. Little dude here is a little feisty. He likes to kick and have a blast with his life, so yeah.
With cattle, we're aiming. I need to get him pinned up against the gate here. Probably need to put lead rope on him. Jamar, can you hand me that rope?
This one right here?
Yep.
That was eventful. So we're just gonna get him all tied up here. He has a little corner over there, and that is where he prefers to do life, so likes to sit in his corner. He's not a fan of life usually. Okay, little man.
Come over here. Get out your big bucket.
DJ?
So with cattle, we're trying to get, basically there's a triangle right here. We want to inject right into the skin there. Not super fatty, not super muscular. Just good spot to get under the skin and get a good shot there. So I'm gonna try to do 2 vaccines for him today. We'll see how he does. Try to either do 1 on both sides or get them spread out a couple of inches apart here on one side. So
You know what you're giving?
yeah, so one's the Vision 7 that we gave the goat,
pig,
or the
the
sheep. Too many animals. And then this is the, what is this? Triangle 5. So
Cool.
do that and try to get him pinned up against the gate here. So
Straddle him.
Oh, it's you, mommy goat.
Do you know what gauge your needle is? Good job, little dude.
So yeah, this is an 18 gauge needle.
All right, 18. Can you show me the other one?
Yeah, so
It's a little bit bigger. They're
It's
both,
not
both of them aren't
horrible,
too bad.
but it's got some pretty good
Yeah.
girth to it. So I'm gonna try to pin him up against this gate this time and see if I can't get his other side here. Did real good for that one.
Good job.
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we treated for the common kind of preventative diseases there with those. Like we said before, he does have some ringworm suspected here, and kind of on his ear here, and he's got some on his hindquarter there. So I'd like to have some 2% iodine. All they had was 1%. But basically we're just gonna put it right on the skin as a topical treatment. Try to dry up and kill that fungus that causes the ringworm there.
Definitely try to keep it out of their eyes. You don't ever want to spray anything in the eye, and it's a little bit awkward of a spot. You can also use like a topical cream to treat ringworm, like a basically like an athlete's foot cream is essentially what they would tell you to use. But yeah, it's pretty common in animals. Doesn't have really any on this side. Looks pretty decent. But around his eyes for sure, unfortunately. And then on his
Right,
ears.
the base of his ears
Yeah.
here, good. So we'll try to do this once a day until we start seeing it heal up good. Start seeing that rough, some hair grow back and get rid of that rough white patches that you see. So around the eyes, I'm just gonna put a little on my glove here and just kind of try to get up as close to the eye as I can without getting it in the actual eye there, or the mucous membrane around the eye. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, hopefully we start to see a little bit of improvement in that in the next week or two.
Otherwise, we'll probably try something different. There's a few other things that you can try and make it easy to hopefully get rid of that. But yeah. Otherwise, we're hoping that this will help him gain weight a little bit faster. Obviously, he's not doing terrible. He looks okay, but definitely want to see him look a little bit better too. But we also got him when it was really, really cold, so we kind of didn't give him a very good fighting chance at a start here with our feed and everything. So he gets corn and cattle feed, cattle starter every day, and then some hay until we can get him out to graze in the pasture a little bit. He broke free yesterday a little bit and went running with the horses, and he had a blast. So yeah. But yeah, so that is kind of what we are doing today. I think we're just gonna do the cow and the sheep for now. We'll do another video probably another day on our dogs, but we need to get another thing for that. So yeah, again, these are things that you can do at home. Like even if you have pets that you want to do yourself, like you can do cats and dogs. Like if you learn how to do these, you can even do like a microchip yourself. I've done a couple cat microchips just under the skin. It's all pretty easy, but obviously don't do something that you're not comfortable with and haven't had somebody who knows how to do it show you how. Don't want to encourage you to go running around stabbing things with needles for sure, but just want to show you that it is possible and you are able to do it on your own. So we hope that it is helpful and that you have a good rest of your day.